Now, football fans might think there was only one Women's World Cup over the summer, but in fact there were two, thanks to teams from Sussex and Kent, and a little bit of help from us here at Inside Out. This summer, the Women's World Cup took place in France. It broke television viewing figures and showed the world that the women's game has just as much passion and drama as the men's. But this wasn't the only World Cup breaking boundaries on French soil. Morning. This summer also saw the first ever Old Girls World Cup for women over 30, founded by Carol Bates from Crawley and Jo Trahan from Canterbury.
We're the missed generation because all the time that we were growing up in the 70s, the girls could never play football at school. You know, it was always a case of when we were growing up, you play netball and the boys play football.
2 years ago, Carol appeared in an Inside Out film about Crawley Old Girls, a football team she set up for women who may not have had the chance to play when they were younger.
All right, good stuff, well done. Go and have a glass of wine, all right? That was amazing.
I don't even care. And the fact that all these women are playing football, it's just amazing.
Wow, it's actually so much, so much has happened since that film. It was a catalyst for a lot of women setting up their own groups because, of course, again, visibility, someone can see on the screen that we're not all slim, athletic people. You know, we've got rolls of fat, we're old, we're not quite as fit as we should be, well, not should be, but could be. And then women see that and they identify that actually that could be me doing that as well.
Watching the film that night was Jo Trahan from Canterbury, who was immediately inspired by Carol's story.
And then I saw Carol on the telly, on Inside Out, and I was watching her and I just thought, oh, I can just do that, that's fine, because she was doing it.
Like Carol, Jo set up her own team, Canterbury Old Bags United.
Glory, glory, Bags United. Glory, glory, Bags United. And the bags go marching up, march.
The thing about football is, what I love about it is you have to make friends. You have to communicate with people. So if you go to a Zumba class or a dance class, there's nothing wrong with those things if that's what you enjoy, but you can go to the same aerobics class for 3 years and never know the name of the people that's standing next to you. There's Hannah Barnett.
When Carol heard what Jo had done, they became instant friends. And as more and more teams like theirs started to appear, they knew the time was right for the first ever Old Girls World Cup.
Right, this is a bit more ambitious than I've ever done, so I need to grab some trusted friends in Jo, and so we got together, and it just sort of started really for Small A Cup, and then it just spiralled.
As you may remember, the Women's World Cup was held in France this summer. So Carol and Jo thought they'd host their Old Girls World Cup in the shadow of the major tournament. They spread the word across the world using social media. It meant that last June, the sleepy northern French town of Soissons was set upon by over 200 women looking to play football.
All the teams are converging on the campsite tonight, and we're all going to meet up in the bar. Everyone's going to get to know each other. Some of us have never met before, but we've sort of spoke on Twitter, and so it's going to be a really good evening. It'll be a real buzz. Everyone's all excited about playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I expect it's going to be a cup of hot chocolate and an early night.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, knowing some of the women that are coming along, yeah. We have asked for extra bar staff.
The evening before the big day, the teams hit the campsite for a last-minute spot of team bonding. Carol from Crawley and Jo from Canterbury's dream has come true. The Old Girls World Cup has become a reality. Whereas 24 teams qualify for the Women's World Cup, at the Old Girls World Cup there's only enough players to represent England, Wales and the USA. Anyone else makes up the rest of the world team. Throughout the afternoon, the players are put through their paces under the watchful eyes of the national coaches, who are on a scouting mission for the evening's international games. The teams are chosen, and the first knockout match is Wales versus the USA. Wales try hard, but with the United States investing in women's football for decades, they don't stand a chance.
I think it's like anything, you know, why should you exclude women from football? For us, it's just everything that we knew growing up. We're sad to hear that there are some countries where women are just getting that opportunity.
Next, a semi-final. England, managed by Carol and Joe, versus a rest of the world side, which in typical England fashion goes down to a penalty shootout. But this time, England win. It means a showdown for the Cup. England versus the USA.
It was England versus the USA, which I kind of think is the dream final, really. And I've watched the USA in the semi-final, and I thought, you never know.
Gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen.
The USA win 1-0. But win, lose or draw, the only thing that really matters here is having fun.
What a day!
Women's rec football!
You've seen it all day, what this day is about. Women's recreational football, giving women the opportunity to play football who are older and didn't get the chance when they were younger. The missed generation, and look what's happened today. It's been absolutely unbelievable.
The other Women's World Cup.